Mickey 17 came out this past Friday on the 7th of March. I had the privilege of seeing it early on Thursday. Shout out Regal Cinemas for the early screening. And, by golly, even that wasn't soon enough to work my way into the algorithm and beat that damn Jeremy Jahns. All jokes aside, I still find myself stewing over this film. Bong Joon-ho is a brilliant director, and maybe you're like me. When you see a film you enjoy, you just can't stop thinking about it. I've been trying to think about why I love Mickey 17 so much, and it finally hit me. This is a movie about life and mortality. The film shows the audience that Mickey's personality, his thoughts, and his mannerisms are all given back to him after he dies. But, and this is the biggest key here, he doesn't exactly exist in the same way as he does after he dies the first time. His consciousness is no longer there. Just like if you print two identical pieces of paper, the first copy might look exactly like the other, but it's not the same sheet of paper. Mickey learns from his 17th life that he doesn't always come out the same way. So, he holds on to his 17th life so closely because he thinks it's the closest thing to being back to normal that he will ever be. He protects the creepers, as Mark Ruffalo's douchey Kenneth Marshall called them, once Mickey finds out that they are peaceful creatures. He thought originally that the creepers didn't see him as good meat, and so this is why they refused to eat him. But by the end of the second act, we find that it's not quite that simple. You see, life matters more to Mickey than it does to anyone else around him. Having his life taken from him so many times, Mickey shows the fragility of life and how important it is to get along peacefully. We may lose out on our chance if we don't live life peacefully, to actually live and make a difference in society. So, after he is reprinted and scared of being in violation of the multiples law, he still doesn't try to kill Mickey 18. In fact, even though he dislikes this version of himself, which is quite different and resembles more closely to the Pattinson Bruce Wayne than Mickey himself, he still doesn't kill himself. Sure, you could make the case that he never gets the upper hand on himself, but even more so than this, he doesn't really have a violent bone in his body. Of course, Mickey 18 on the other hand wasn't the same peaceful Peggy. Even so, Mickey does not cause harm to any of the creepers and instead tries to find a way, thanks to the help of his few allies in the movie, to ensure that nobody gets harmed. It's quite a burden to live up to considering the villainous turn that we are not used to seeing a Mark Ruffalo character take. But it's through the eyes of Mickey that this story is told. We see Mickey's death so many times, and quite brutal deaths at that, I may add, that we cared so deeply in the third act of this movie. Not only was the writing in this film brilliant, but it made the story come full circle. Sure, the first two acts were nothing short of peak cinema, but the film sticks the landing in the final act to give us a complete movie that will only get better with rewatching. It's a testament to Bong Joon-ho as both a director and a writer that this movie works so well. I'm sure there are some Kenneth Marshall apologists out there who would have rather seen this movie end in blood and bullets, but that's not the story this movie was trying to tell. From the opening scene all the way to the end of the film, this story is given through a different lens that many sci-fi movies are. And that is why this film will not only end up as one of the top 10 movies of the year, but it will end up as a film that withstands the test of time. And, dare I say, this movie might even get a nod from the Oscars for Best Edited Film.